One of my roles as an ER tech was we used to dispatch the helicopter, so I got to know all the flight crew real well. And then after I attained my RN and got experience in the ER, as well as I was working the ground EMS out of Brady, eventually was approached and did a ride out with AirMed and fell in love with it my very first flight. Eventually made it over here and have been here ever since.
I always knew I wanted to be a part of this team. I was blessed enough to work with the San Angelo Fire Department and a lot of other entities around the region to try to get the experience to hopefully get chosen to be on the AirMed team one day. One particular day though that really impacted me to the core was it was a critical call that we called AirMed to help us on, and I know I could have done better. I felt like I could have done better and just had that feeling of defeat. The AirMed crew showed up, professional. They didn't make me feel stupid in any ways. The way that they treated me, the way that they treated the mother of that critical patient that day, it was just something I knew I needed to be a part of.
I was working EMS in Abilene, Texas when AirMed first put in their very first helicopter and made their first flight. I moved to Ozona in 2007, and AirMed has been an intricate part of our emergency services since 2007.
So patients in Crockett County can be in any number of places. They can be in Ozona, they can be 40 to 50 miles outside of Ozona off of unpaved roads. Access to patients can be time-consuming and difficult for crews, and we find it very comforting when we can have AirMed coming our direction.
The benefits are tremendous to use AirMed with a rural healthcare setting. We're so far from town that it is a tremendous relief to be able to know that AirMed is on standby for us. We're able to just call them and they'll continue to have that wonderful level of care for our patients as they take them to another level of care where they can have positive outcomes.
I'm somewhat unique in that I have a dual experience, both as a first responder as well as a patient that's been cared for by Shannon AirMed 1 crews. In July of 2023, I was assisting in conducting an active shooter full-scale exercise at Ballinger High School, and Shannon AirMed 1 was gracious enough to be involved in that exercise and was staged at the hospital so they could in fact do a transport of a mock critically ill patient during that exercise. Well, it turns out that morning that I turned the exercise into a real-world event, and I had a heat stroke that morning. And when I started coming back to and realizing what was going on in the world, I was sliding into AirMed 1. And I looked up at the flight nurse and said, "But I'm not supposed to be flying today. I'm not part of the exercise." Professional care from the Shannon AirMed 1 crew, second to none. Once again, my personal experience.
I think the culture at AirMed is excellence. I think that if you're going to do this job, you have to want to do this job. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of training, and if you're going to do that, you don't want to just come in and show up. You want to be the best, you want to do the best.
I think the culture here at AirMed, is one of pride. This place would not be here if it hadn't been for the many crew members that have set that path before us. And honestly, our hope is just to continue that legacy.
I think AirMed's a premier provider. They are always professional, always prepared, always very expedient in their taking the patient from our service as well. We work well together, whether it's a critical patient or a bad situation, they always come in with a smile on their face. They're cordial and very professional and friendly with our staff. We all work great together.
AirMed is set apart from other air medical providers in that we're very tight-knit. We're more of a family because we're so small. Other programs don't have every crew member's phone number in their phone because they don't know every crew member like we know everyone.
I think our crews are very close. They're like family. Not all programs will tell you that the pilots and the crew get along like we do.
Our relationship with AirMed is more like a family relationship, not just a working relationship.
It's always been a wonderful feeling to have AirMed on standby for us. It's been a wonderful relationship that we've had. It's a professional partnership. We know that whenever AirMed comes in to take our patients, that they'll continue the same great care that we've provided.
Anytime that I've ever dealt with a crew from Shannon AirMed 1, I've been met with some of the most well-trained, professional, and compassionate people that I've ever met in the first responder role. They're highly trained, they're highly skilled, a knowledge, skills, and ability set that is second to none. And when they get there, we as first responders have the utmost confidence in that knowledge, skills, and abilities that they're going to make the correct choices and provide the best patient care possible for these people on their worst day.
It's really exciting to see where we're going, and things are changing all the time, and I'm just really looking forward to see what we can keep doing.
Some of our veterans often say that you know, you're only as good as your last flight, and I'm hoping that keeps us humble, and I'm hoping that keeps us learning, and I'm hoping that we continue to know every day that we show up that we're blessed to have one of the best jobs in the world.
Happy anniversary, AirMed.
Happy 30th 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 anniversary, AirMed.